Okay, right. So, Loretta has spent some time patching you guys' wounds up. However, Swift, you still have one wound. And Swift, you still have one wound. And Nash, you also still have one wound.
Yes.
At this point, Loretta just looks to you. I did the best I could, mistress. With your guidance, I hope I did a better job than I would have done otherwise.
It'll be sufficient to get us back to the city.
Yes. I suspect we'll have to... I suspect now we've got our hands on that letter, perhaps this will help us find out who the spy is.
Sadly, the letter will not, will not forgive us for slaying Albin, that we did. We could have perhaps tried to take him alive.
Let's just not talk about it when we get back.
Right.
We don't know where he is, right?
Loretta just looks down at Albin's dead body. Charred all over his chest.
We should bury him.
What?
We should bury him.
Yeah.
There are lots of rests. Well, would you like a restless ghost to come after you?
Ghosts don't exist.
I think I would have had a lot more trouble in my days if they did.
There are a few open tombs here, my lady.
The last guys that went in those tombs got out of them, so I'm not really all that willing to put anyone else in them.
In any event, I don't think we should stay here any longer than necessary.
You're right.
I concur.
I respect your beliefs, my lady, but I feel we should not hang around here. This is a dark place.
Let's run.
Alright, so, any objections to returning to Steinberg?
Run.
Run away!
Right, well, you two aren't running, you two are going to go...
I don't think I can run anyway.
Okay.
Not properly.
You probably fall.
Right, okay. You go back to Steinberg. Yep, by the time you get back, it's actually... dawn is starting to break, because you've been kind of walking through the night, walking and fighting through the night.
A red dawn.
You are pretty knackered at this point, but you know, you're still functional.
D4 in vigor.
Not only are you pretty knackered, Swift and Nash, you're also still wounded.
Yeah.
You managed to get back to the Jarockian embassy at long last. I guess you sort of knock on the front door.
Well,
That's how you close it.
It's gonna look very suspicious.
Are the injuries still
The
visible?
same night that Alvin went missing.
Let's go to an inn.
Okay. So, how are you going to play this? Are you going to kind of,
He had a good idea, didn't
We've been out all night partying. Or maybe we could go to an inn.
Okay, you've been out all night partying, alright? So, you knock on the door. A guard opens the door. Oh, yes. Lady Flora and her party. Are you alright, Lady Flora? Our two companions here look like, a little bit worse for wear.
Oh,
What's the name of the city we're in?
Steinberg.
Steinberg drunks are the worst drunks in the world.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Or they
Well-
might have been muggers. It's hard to tell.
As you can see, I struggle to keep tabs on them.
Yes.
We've had quite a night. Partying, fighting, yeah.
Just like that Primus.
Fight.
Come in. Well, he falls over and injures himself sometimes. He plays the fight. I'm not going to pass any judgment on you fellows, though, so come on in.
Wise.
Lets you back into the embassy. All right. Eventually, Norman comes to meet you in the lobby. My lady, are you all right?
Yes, I will. Made it back here.
I'm starting to get hungover already.
We'll need some rest.
Come, let's get back to the room, and you can tell me what happened.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking, Norman.
Ah, dear. No offense, child, but Lady Flora is more important than you.
Offense taken.
These are some things you have to learn as you get older. Now, come along. He leads you back to the room, where I assume you tell Norman everything that happened.
Yeah.
Right.
In visceral detail.
In visceral detail.
I can imagine now, Flora will say something like, and then this happened, and then I slapped him, and then right after that...
Then I threw a fireball at him. It literally went through his entire chest and came out the other side. The wall was scorched.
It sounded like bacon.
And the sound of the bone snapping, it was like...
Did you know bones explode if you heat them up too much? You didn't?
Alright. Okay. So,
No will be worse because there will be after the briefing.
after you tell Norman about what happened, he just gasps. Oh, quite a frightful story, my lady. Well, now you have a letter proving that Albin was blackmailing Shen all along. But that does not prove that Shen was the spy.
It does support what Nash saw, though, and overheard. There's more information we can get out of Shen.
Okay. Right. Well, so how are you intending to do this then? Are you going to confront Shen?
That might actually be one of the best things we can do. If Alvin had, or was the one who supplied her with the medicine that she needs, he will notice that her supply has dried up.
And we don't have
Yes,
the supply, so...
And we don't have much time either. Watching and waiting is not an option.
Very well then. Well, I think Shen will be back at the front desk fairly soon.
I got an idea. It might be a good idea, but it could end badly.
I see.
Well,
Well, I've
That's what it
seen
sounds
some
like,
of your good ideas before. Perhaps you'd better tell me before you do it.
let's tell Shen that we can get her medicine. Which we can't. But we'll only give it to her if she finds out where the spy is.
Well, with respect, I mean, this letter, we have more than enough to blackmail her for this, if we would to choose to do so.
Well,
Nash,
In my
do you think
experience, people that are being blackmailed for, to keep something hidden are generally quite aggressive compared to those that are being blackmailed to, get something that they need.
yeah.
You think a sickly secretary would kill us all then?
No?
I generally don't, pass judgment on anyone until I've found out for sure whether or not they have a spirit in their head.
I suppose that's a good way of going about it.
I mean,
Best way to check
someone
is-
as innocent and lovely as me could burn you to a crisp.
Right, well,
Nash, we might need to get some leverage. Would you be able to get yourself into, say, Alvin's private quarters to see if he keeps any of that medicine on standby?
I could do that. But first I need some rest.
We'll do.
very well then. We'll rest, and then think about it later.
And ideally take Shen at a time when she would be in public sight.
Okay.
One of her off hours.
Alright, so how long do you rest for? Till noon?
Yeah.
Alright, you rest till noon, you'll feel a lot better now. For a good rest, you wake up.
Good.
What do you do now?
freshen up.
To get a feel for
Wash.
the activity of the embassy. Like, are there a lot of people around, or is it quite enough for Nash to sneak?
Sneak where? Do what?
Get into Alvin's room.
Oh, well, he's done it before!
Is that? No, you're going to Shen's room. Or was it
Oh,
Alvin's room?
no.
Was it?
No, you got into Shen's room. You didn't get into Alvin's room.
You met Alvin in the corridor, though. He's hiding behind the plant, wasn't he? I remember. At any rate, yeah, if, you might keep the doors off, but otherwise... No, if no one knows he's gone yet, then his room's probably not been opened since he left. So...
Yeah.
It's so suspicious if you break into his room and he's already just the night disappeared.
Well, it's not the 90s, little thing, like the day after he disappears. But yeah, we gotta get there first, basically. I'm not sure there'll be anything more incriminating in there, but if there is a stock of that medicine, it would really help our case for getting Shen on side.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna break into his room?
No, we got Alba's keys.
What?
Yeah, if he had any keys, we got them.
Oh, so you're gonna retroactively get the key for his room then?
No.
Wow.
No, I'll pick the lock.
Alright. Alright, well,
That's why we need to know if there's a lot of activity, a lot of people patrolling the corridors.
Well, I mean, again, it's like a residential hallway. Imagine a residential hallway in a dorm room. I mean, you know, people could walk by at any minute. It's hard to tell unless you know everyone's comings and goings. I mean,
In which case, I'd probably position myself at kind of the entranceway, and anyone wanting to kind of going past while Nash is doing the work, I sort of distract them. Or do something very obvious, like
So you're going to be the blind lookout then?
in essence, maybe. Though
You're just going to be
Swift
in
could
the
help
doorway.
with that.
I'm sorry, I can't see.
Oh.
Alright, so
Complain
you
with
two,
the
okay, you two are going to be
Yes.
in either side of the door while Dash is picking the lock. Okay.
It's sort of. Or Swift would do the actual spotting, so if we know anyone's coming, then we can have a bit of an act, like, I don't know, Swallow brought me something as pleasant to me, and I drop it on the floor because obviously, rather than pick it up from the tray as I'm looking at the back of my hand, spills all over the floor, shatters glass, causes a big disturbance, and hold people up that way. And it would alert Nash.
Can you think of any reason why a 12-year-old will be bringing a blind priestess a bucket of caltrops?
Bucket of caltrops, to get a glass of water, then. Bucket of caltrops, though. If we can get through that, it would be a great way to cover Nash.
You're not a ninja. You're a blind priestess.
Did you
Okay,
go
right.
undercover?
I'm not entirely sure we'll find a bucket of caltrops at this hour, but it's possible.
I'm sure Nash carries it around.
You can find anything in Steinberg.
Anything.
You know where to look. You ask Primus, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Primus, we need 5 prostitutes.
Oh, by the
Quick ahead
way.
of your Thaeon plushie, you'll probably find something inside stuffing.
Oh, you do still, if you want to talk to Aileen, the instructions are still, you know, go to the Drunken Donkey and ask for
That
Carl.
was it, yes.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, so, right. Okay, so Swift's on one end of the... Swift's on one end of the corridor, like, probably, you and Loretta are on the other, and Pixie's picking the lock.
Yep.
That's
We could
basically
do
what's
it that
happening.
way.
Okay then, alright, make me a lock-picking roll.
Will do.
Alright, yeah, you two make me notice rolls.
Blah. A 4.
100% sound.
Okay, right. Yep, you managed to open the lock.
Good.
Lock-picking does not happen instantaneously, it takes a little bit of time.
It does.
Okay. Right.
So,
Swift. You notice footsteps coming down the corridor towards you. It looks like an orderly. Walking, he's turning the corner!
I will just run towards the corner and just bowl into him with enough force to knock him off his feet.
Fighting roll, please!
Not that sort of fighting roll, just like under the guise of accident.
Opposed strength. That would be a push, I think.
So, headbutt to the crotch.
Yeah, you might get a bonus for this.
Oh, you want to drop on him? Okay, make me a stealth.
Yeah, of course I want to drop on him.
Make me a stealth roll, please.
I'm not actually attacking him. I'm just, you know how you run around the
Stealth
corner
roll.
sometimes and then slam into
Stealth
someone.
roll.
I suppose this roll is to get an advantage for your actual bowling him over.
Well, this is to get the drop. You want the drop on him?
Again, I'm not attacking him. I'm just, I'm a child running through the corridors.
Okay. Let's see. Will he notice you? Yes, he will. Okay. Right. Strength roll, please. Have you already made it? Strength roll.
No.
Okay. Make me a strength roll.
Whoa!
Shit!
Wow. Like a bullet.
Sit the fuck
Wow.
down, son.
Boom.
Ah, it's too bad I rolled a 14. Okay,
Oh!
you bow around the corner into him and you go fall flat on your ass.
So that the orderly is actually 6 foot tall and built like a house.
What the hell are you doing? And he's a 7 foot tall black guy.
Holy shit.
What's your problem, son?
What's
Sorry,
your problem,
son?
son? You gotta watch where you're going. Get out of my way. Okay, Pixie, make me an agility roll.
Oh, shit.
I'm assuming you want to duck into the room
Yes.
before the orderly rounds.
Very. 4.
4. Okay, right.
Okay, cover story. If you're spotted, you're checking on Albin because he didn't show up for the meeting this morning and you're worried about him.
Yeah.
I felt a civic duty to pick the lock on his room.
No, I'll just pretend to be knocking.
Okay, right, you just managed to slip into the room and close the door before the orderly rounds the corner. Okay, you are now in Albin's room.
I look around.
Albin is waiting for you.
What are you searching for anything in particular?
Documents, money, and medicine.
Okay, make me a notice roll, please.
Okay.
And of course anything incriminating like a see through the dolly.
No.
Alright.
Take your time about it.
I take my time about it.
Okay, you
Unless
take
you're
your
looking
time.
for a place to hide.
Well, if you're taking your time, then
Yeah.
okay. You hear keys click in the room next to you.
Ooh.
You think the orderly is basically doing his rounds and putting fresh bed linen on and basically making everyone's rooms.
Oh, fuck. Is there any good hiding spots in the room?
You're going under the bed again.
Well, there's a closet. It's under the bed. Yeah.
Make some stuff on we'll see where you end up.
That's pretty much about it.
You could be behind the potted plant.
Guys, which do I choose? What's the most comical effect?
Hiding in the chandelier.
Or one of you could try distracting him again.
I was just thinking maybe we should do something like that.
You gonna try distracting him?
Yeah, already handy props basically screwed up.
Do you know
Kind of wonder if I should try getting into the wrong room because I can't see where I'm going.
Okay. The orderly finishes his rounds in one room. He walks towards the door. Pixie is in.
Then I
Takes out the key.
round the corner.
And
It says, "Hello, I think I'm lost." With a hand just feeling around the walls.
oh,
No.
Lady Flora.
Hello, sir.
You lost?
Yes, I'm afraid I can't find my room. It's the signs aren't
In Braille.
clearly labelled.
Well, I guess they wouldn't be if you're blind.
Rather than being
I'm thinking
painted
about how
rather than
clearly then.
engraved. I'm used to signs being engraved back home.
Oh, I see. Well, being a Jarrock native myself, I don't know how common Braille is, but maybe in the Dawnbringer temples that's common. Okay, come
Yes,
with
they
me.
introduced it especially for me.
Okay, he leads you back to the room. That gives Pixie a little bit more time to search.
Good.
Okay.
Searching. What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
So here's your room, Lady Flora. Need any help with anything?
I can't think of anything.
Yes.
Okay, you have a good day now. And he goes back. Puts
That
the
wasn't
key in
some
the
time,
lock.
Fuck. I'll hide in the closet.
Alright, make me a stealth roll.
5.
5, okay.
Alright, just saw the 0 and I thought, did you leave the door open?
The orderly goes into the room. You're just as quiet as the mouse in the closet. He, does the bed sheets. He kind of bats the pillows a bit. He just dusts around a bit, looks around, makes sure everything's clean. Once he's seen everything's clean, he leaves the room, closes the door. All right.
We
Now,
are terrible at this.
gonna try searching again?
Yes. I'll go to the desk.
We're a bunch of unlikely
All right.
stories. The
I'm
killer,
gonna
the
give
kid, and the blind
you a
lady.
+1 because you've spent quite some time searching and you found everywhere where nothing useful is. So there we go.
Nice.
Right. Okay. You spend some time searching the desk specifically. I mean, you open the drawers. I mean, like any you just look through the documents. Doesn't look like anything incriminating. And then eventually you think, and you check under the desk. And you start patting it a bit. And you hear a click noise. It's a secret compartment. You reach under, and you find a few vials of a clear bluish liquid.
Bingo.
Ka-ching!
For the love of God, don't drink those.
I'll carefully stick them into my pocket. Carefully.
Okay. All right. You had enough then? Everything you wanted?
I check. Is there any paintings in there? I check behind them. If there's any envelopes hidden behind them.
Let me wait for a moment.
Aha! Stick them in the
Are you
rug.
looking for anything incriminating, or do you just want to steal something at this point?
I just want to steal something at this point.
All right. Well, there's a nice painting on the wall.
I couldn't take that one.
There's like let's see,
Ooh,
about
jewelry.
this jewelry. Okay, there's 50
Diamond
crowns.
cufflinks.
There's a 50 crowns and a necklace in Albin's.
Chink.
Okay. Oh, you're awful. You kill his dad. His sister starves to death, and you steal all his stuff after you killed him.
Well, he doesn't need it
Okay.
anymore.
Look
Right.
over the mattress. It's probably got loads of stuff inside.
All right. So you now have 50 crowns and a necklace. Anything else?
No. No.
Okay.
Take his shoes.
No.
Very nice pair of shoes you have.
This is gonna look suspicious as hell.
Come out in Alvin's wardrobe. Swear again.
Ah.
Using his necklace. Okay, right. So do you leave? You finally leave his room then?
Yes, and I lock it.
All right. There you go. You lock it back into place.
And go away.
All right. You go away. All right. I assume you will meet up back in your room. It's just across the corridor. All right.
Very sneaky.
You will meet up again.
Success.
So, you found a fluid. Well, I guess this must be the medicines. That
Yes, and I take them from Norman.
Oh, all right.
Look, but no touch.
So if we need to, we can exert some control over shit if need be.
Yes. Anything force cannot be achieved. Anything we can't achieve with the force, we can achieve with that.
Well, now that we have both the medicine she needs and the means to blackmail her, what are we going to do now?
Can't imagine we'll blackmail her.
For what?
Right.
Well, we'll take the approach that she can be freed now. She doesn't have to have the thumb pressed over her.
You're breaking up a bit.
Yeah.
I am?
Yeah, your mic's going to be weird. That's okay again.
No?
Oh no, it's gone bad. It's gone horrible.
Right, quick
Try-
refresh.
Yeah, refresh. Put it in and put it out again.
That's what she said.
Did you dye your hair blue, Colin?
Yeah, I did it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Weird.
And I thought it was just your camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
This wall is green, and my hair is blue, which means that it inevitably moves towards bluish and turns my face red.
Blue-red.
What do you do now?
I think I will leave the blackmailing to Flora.
The natural choice. Okay.
Because I'd be violent.
All right.
I don't think
So-
she likes me very much.
What do you guys do?
Well, we
One,
wanted...
decisive.
Okay, we want her to get us the information who has been bad-mouthing Hopping in the
I'd
south.
also like to know what they've been saying.
To begin with.
All right. So, what are you going to do?
We'll probably call her to a personal meeting.
All right. So you.
Bring her onto our terms.
All right. So she's at the front desk right now. You approach her.
Yeah. Now we'll send Norman to request a private meeting as soon as she's off. We can't sort of drag her out of the public and be like,
Okay.
where is she? Oh, she's in a private meeting before. Is she now? Take her away from her duties.
Oh,
just for
all
the
right.
private meeting with
Should
her,
I
so-
say what the meeting is about, my lady?
No.
Very well. Okay.
She will honour the summons.
Okay. It's about 10 minutes, but eventually Norman comes back. Shen.
Oh, as they enter the door, I stand behind the door and go, Stunk!
I was thinking exactly that.
You! No! Help! She bangs on the door.
No, I'm standing in front of the door.
Okay, she gets back.
Please,
What on earth is this?
please, Shen, calm yourself. Matt will not do anything to you at all.
He barged into my room earlier uninvited, making very threatening statements.
It's very
Nash,
rude
what
of
did
him.
you do? Are you inappropriate?
What
Well,
do you
no.
want? What is this?
We are a little concerned. Shen, have you heard from Albin recently?
Her eyes just go wide. No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Since the dinner last night.
Well, we have reason to believe that he will not be returning to the embassy. There will be a void in his duties that will need to be filled. And
What happened? What did you do?
we'll come to that. You did say that Nash barged in to your room, made threatening noises, but he did, correctly I understand, overhear that Albin had a good deal of control over you. But
You don't have any proof of any of this. Leave me alone. I'll scream.
Au contraire.
We don't. It is not proof that we need to hold over you. This is merely a discussion between the two of us. You know it is true.
You don't have any proof. Now let me go now.
We are not intending to charge you with
right,
anything, bring you to court for anything of the sort.
Right, eyes.
Huh?
We have the letter.
Yeah, let's say
You want to
take
do
the approach of we
Okay.
need the proof.
Okay.
I think Nash is had enough right now. He just goes to his pocket and
just kind of, yeah.
holds
Okay.
up a vial.
Nash is the bad cop. Okay.
Holds up a vial. If you want any of this, and not dumping it into the river, you'll do as we say. Understood?
What did you do to Albin?
That is none of your concern.
Albin made some very poor decisions.
He tried to kill me.
You sound like such a gangster.
We are gangsters.
He tried to make some poor decisions. He's found himself at the bottom of the river. Okay. So you broke into his room and you stole some of that. That doesn't mean anything.
We also have a letter.
And so I was wondering if Swift's got the letter, so then we've got both angles covered.
So this
Detailing the-
letter then.
Yeah, detailing the arrangements you two had. You see, you don't have much of a choice here.
Either you must have pickpocketed him or you must have killed him. I have a
There is a
feeling
third.
you probably killed him.
You're
Just
not a-
tell me, did you kill him?
I did not kill him.
I think,
We didn't want to.
to be fair,
Well-
at the time I did, he nearly killed me. He
Well-
started it.
If you've read that letter, then I suppose you know everything. Yes, Albin wanted to kill you, Nash.
Mm-hmm.
The first time he spoke to me about this, I thought he was mad. I mean,
There he was.
yes, that's certainly very clear to me. He thought someone from his childhood would just turn up here. He just blackmailed me to keep it a secret. I walked in on him one day. He was ranting and raving to some kind of a spirit about how he was going to kill you. And he blackmailed me to keep it a secret. That contract, he said it was a magically bound contract, and so long as I put my signature on it, I would never be able to break my word. But since I'm talking now, I guess he must be dead, and that contract must now be void.
You're free from that now.
Magically bound contract.
Good idea.
Well, is that all then?
We would like your assistance.
We
Albin
require.
Albin and his search for vengeance is only one of the great many things that are going on around here that needs to be exposed and dealt with.
Yes, I suppose it is. There were some other things.
Take
If
your
I
time.
tell you everything I know, will you promise to burn that contract and give me those vials of medicine?
You have my word.
You'll have one while.
You're just
And when
as
we're
bad.
done here, you can have the rest.
Almost as bad as Albin was.
Almost.
Please understand our situation is rather tenuous, but we will not put you through any inconvenience or suffering if we do not have to.
All right. Ambassador Olango must never find out about any of this.
Of course, as long as you keep up your end.
Flora, make me a persuasion roll. This is to basically persuade her that you're going to keep your word.
Well, I intend to, but I'm quite sure that some of my party.
And give me a +1 because you do have extra leverage due to Nash. One vial now, the rest later.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. All right then. I agree to your terms. All right. It was Primus. I walked in on Primus's room one day and I was going to check on him. Idiot left a letter on his desk. The letter was from his father. The letter said that his father someone from the Lovamorian authorities, someone very high up, was leaning on him. They said Primus had to spread these false documents to Ambassador Olango, make it look like Harping was moving against Jarrock, drive Jarrock and Harping against each other. The letter didn't say why, but all this time now, Primus has been giving false documents to Olango.
How long ago was this?
Primus couldn't persuade a fish to swim. How the hell is he managing to pull that off?
He only needs to place the documents in the right place at the right time and have them found.
Yeah.
If
Do you have
anything,
the
his
letter?
hapless, if anything, his obvious stupidity works in its favour, because there's no way Primus on his own could forge something like that.
Do you have that letter?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now you can have 2 vials.
Yeah, the spirit of generosity, Ash.
Carrot and a
Like he is
stick.
actually recovering.
You see, the funny thing is Albin wanted me to keep it a secret. He was ranting that if Olango found out, then you might not come here, Nash, and his whole plan would never work out.
Oh, we'd come here anyways.
Hang on, how the hell would he know that?
I don't know. Maybe he wasn't mad after all. Maybe whatever spirit was whispering to him knew the future somehow. Well, I don't want to know about it. Once this is done, then it's done. I'll give you the letter, proving that this was all down to Primus, and then you burn that contract and give me my medicine, all right?
You can have 2 vials now, and we'll give you the rest after we're done here, including the letter. And you can do whatever you want with that.
Fine. She goes back to her room, and she returns the letter. Here's the letter from Albin's father. Sorry, Primus's father.
Thank you.
This by itself may not be sufficient evidence to sway Olango, but this is definitely a step in the right direction.
Ambassador Olango is a sharp man. I'm sure that letters will certainly be quite convincing to him.
If we plant the doubt in his mind, then he might see the rest of them as falsehoods.
Listen, if you promise to burn that contract and you promise to cover up any of my involvement in any of this, then Ambassador Olango trusts me. I'll act as if I just discovered this, and I'll say Primus was always up to no good, and he's been trying to hide things from me for weeks. Is that all right? Is that enough?
Yeah.
That will definitely be enough. He will trust your word more so than us, who he's not known for more than a week.
Yes.
Very well then.
Pleasure doing business with you. I give her 2 vials.
You always have to appear so
Do you
seedy.
have any idea where Albin was getting those medicines?
I suspect he had connections in the underworld.
Told
I
you so.
suspect he had to do a lot of things when he was younger. He told me in a rage one night, after his sister died, nothing mattered to him anymore. He said he died the day his sister died. The only thing left was to kill Nash. Well, I guess he's at some sort of peace now.
No.
At that point, she takes the letter. Talk to her Ambassador Olango later. I think you'll find this has coloured his opinion of them pretty badly. At this point, she walks off.
That was smooth.
And then, after a certain amount of time, she comes back.
Yeah, she didn't get killed.
Alright. Now burn that contract.
We were supposed to burn it when we're all done here.
No. Burn it now.
Yeah, I think the
Or
contract
I'm
can be
not
done now.
Or I'm going to expose everything. Burn it.
Passes to Swift.
Really?
Yes.
Am I just nothing but a tinderbox to you?
Yeah.
Not even a please, could you, or any explanation? Just pass it to me. While I'm saying this, I'm just burning it in my hand anyway.
I don't like being objectified like this.
But you seem to enjoy it so much.
Alright, okay. Alright,
Powerful medicine. Maybe we should investigate that, see if we can work out how they're producing it, get it to people who need. Spread some joy and save some people.
Come with me. We'll talk to Ambassador Olango together.
Hey, nice big group.
Okay.
Everybody comes. We're even going to need the muscle. Bring Norman and Loretta.
The pushers.
They're so good at it, sir.
Yeah.
Ah, Lady Flora. My
Ambassador.
secretary here tells me you helped her get to the bottom of Remus's treachery.
We apologise if our nosing into matters is inconvenienced you in any way, Ambassador.
No, it does not inconvenience me in any way. You were right all along. I knew there was something suspicious going on. Those documents... Harping. They are a nation of fools, but they are fools with their own twisted sense of honor. Perhaps they were not stealing from us after all. Lady Flora, you were right in your very eloquent speech to warn against this alliance. Obviously, Lovermore is up to something. And when the next meeting comes, I will speak out against this alliance, and I will talk to Ambassador Dreyfus. And I will try and give my support to Harping.
Good.
Do you feel it would be of any help if we spoke to Ambassador Dreyfus as well?
If you wish to. I will be meeting with him shortly. You can tag along if you wish.
Might be valuable.
Yeah, it would.
I was about to say it can't hurt, but I just give a pointed look at Nash at this point.
What?
Meetings don't hurt people. Ash does.
Well, yeah, it's also like, if Nash isn't, there's a teensy tiny, quite large chance that he might say something.
Oh, I won't say anything. If I
Alright.
don't have to.
So, alright, also, but before you go... Right. At this point, doors swing open, and Primus is being held by two guards. Hey! Guys! What's going on here?
It's good to see you again, Primus.
Primus! Your treachery has been exposed. If it were up to me, I would have you hung, drawn, and quartered. Because of your well-connected father and mother, I suspect you will just get a slap on the wrist. Oh, hey look! It wasn't me, okay? I mean, my dad, he made me do it. I just wanted to come to the party. My dad wanted to send me home. It's so boring there. Come on!
If I may, Ambassador, he's an idiot, but I don't think he's a malicious idiot.
True that.
Get out of my sight, you stupid fop, before I come there and backhand you. Please, don't be too mean on me. Hey, guys. He looks over to the party, Swift, Flora, and Dash's point. Hey, we're still cool, right? Huh?
There's nothing personal.
I'll just take one look at the Ambassador and then walk across the room and backhand him. You don't like this?
Bash! Oh, you little asshole! What's that for?
You know.
Did you promise
Okay,
women?
that was out of character. That was an incredibly stupid thing to say.
What?
Was it?
What do you mean he nearly got you killed?
Have you ever been out on the town with this idiot, sir?
No.
Well,
He has something of a magnet for trouble. We got attacked by muggers.
Hey, that's not true. I never went out on the town with him.
But he's too young, he's just a kid!
we got the idea from you. We wanted to see the nightlife. It's dangerous out here.
That's your own fault. I guess it's back to boring Dad's house for me. At this point, he looks sad as he gets dragged off by the guards.
For some, a fate worse than death.
There we go, Swift, nearly ruining everything.
Makes a change.
And I say this.
Okay. You should not let 12-year-old boys go out on the town here.
No.
You should not go following that idiot's example. Anyway, come with me. We will go see to Ambassador Dreyfus. He is a self-righteous fool, but, I guess, in this instance, I owe him an apology. At this point, you're taken to a carriage, and you and Ambassador Elango, you're taken along to the Isle of Harping's emissary. You see a grand symbol of a glowing island, which is Harping's symbol, a beacon of light on the rest of the world.
Do they do a lot of harping there?
Sometimes, yeah.
The national instrument.
The Harping guards let you in. For the first time, Nash, you see quite a lot of elves in the corridors of the Harping embassy. It's been quite some time since you've seen so many elves in one place.
I always get a little bit unease around elves.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what it is.
They know what a shitlord you are.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, is your human side dominant, or is it your elf side?
It's my human side.
Or is it? Okay, right. Okay.
Still have the pointy
Eventually,
ears, though.
You're taken to Ambassador Dreyfus's office. Ambassador Lango, what do you want? Come to tell me how capitalism is the light of the world again? No. I admit, I must say sorry. I have judged you too harshly, Dreyfus, and your country.
Lean over Flora. That must have stung.
At this point, Elango basically rattles off to Dreyfus Shen's version of what's happened.
You're misled.
Of course! Lovamore, Deradon, they must be up to something, trying to drive you against me. Well, I don't agree with your ideology, Ambassador Elango, but, here, perhaps we have a common enemy. Perhaps you realize that now. Yes, maybe I do. Also, Lady Flora here, she wished to speak to you regarding this whole coalition against Calamity and whatever Lovamore and Deradon are planning. Lady Flora, yes, you are the one who made that speech at the council. Yes, that was a very good speech. You were one of the few sane ones at the council that day. What is it you want to say?
Well, might not back again. I'd like to be able to show to all of the councillors that Lovamore Deradon's plan to scour for witches by just forcibly letting themselves into other people's lands on these witch hunts is this inexcusable. It's a breach of all basic rights of all living things. That the council has been brought together to try and ensure this doesn't happen, to stop the great and powerful from abusing the lesser, the meek. And say the meek. Probably both be out of character. Probably not the best thing to say. Your nation is weak.
It is only a ruse for their plans of world domination.
Of
that I have no doubt. Well, Lady Flora. So, the only issue here is, though now myself and Olango, Jarok and Harping, we will be able to stand together against this coalition. The Ocean Federation, they refuse to talk to me. I have a feeling there is a possibility Lovamore and Deridon might be driving them against us somehow as well.
That would not surprise us. They seem to have planned this well enough in advance. They already set previous up to sow discord between Jarok and Harping. They perhaps had a lot of plans already in place.
Yes,
Maybe
indeed.
you, Ambassador Olango, could talk to the Ocean Federation's delegation.
Yes, I get along well enough with Ambassador Montaro. Would you like to come with me? Perhaps we can talk to Ambassador Montaro and get to the bottom of it somehow.
I think that will also be of value. We do need to spread goodwill amongst all the delegates.
Almost all the delegates.
And, Lady Flora, if there's anything else Harping can help you with, though we don't exactly agree with your order, we think your Church of Thaeon is the least horrible. No
Well,
offense.
thank you. I take that as a great compliment.
Well, if there's anything else you need, come see me again. Always welcome here. For now, farewell.
Thank you,
Master
Ambassador
Dreyfus
Dreyfus.
nods. And Olango takes you off to the Ocean Federation
I did have
embassy.
one little moment where I thought, oh, anything you could do for me? Well, I've got this little mage boy here that he's at home.
You're kidding.
I thought of that. I'm not saying Flora did, but I did.
Harping?
Oh, good riddance.
Yes.
I don't like to be around hounds.
Our asylums will be able to find a good place for him.
You make it sound like I've never escaped from an asylum before.
He's clearly quite mad. Okay, right. Okay, you are taken to the Ocean Embassy.
And as we
Yeah, Ocean
get...
Embassy is a beautiful kind of white marble kind of building. It's very colourful. It's got this sort of big flag. It's got a parrot in the middle and lots of sort of miniature crests for all the different islands sort of surrounding the parrots. And you're let in, and Ambassador Olango is led to the office of Ambassador Montaro. Ambassador Montaro. My apologies for requesting this audience on such short notice, but it is of grave importance. At this point, he rattles off a spiel about what's happened thus far. Ambassador Montaro looks concerned. Yes, this is not a... this is something to be concerned about, but I am confused. What does it have to do with me and the Ocean Federation? We are concerned that... Oh, Lady Flora, please.
I was just kind of wondering, is that kind of that natural break in the conversation where I can step in and say...
Yeah, roleplay, don't let it all be a cutscene.
Yeah. If we allow Lovamore and Deridon to willfully, at whatever they like, just walk their troops into troops and inquisitors into another gate, what they perceive as a threat, they may find any reason to look into other people's affairs. They may send more troops, inquisitors on the slightest presumption.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Set a bad precedent, don't you see what they're doing?
and of course include your charisma.
Yeah, I never do. I never do too much charisma. It's Anyway, I should have stuck with the the auto roll thing, even though it's a bit ugly. So okay, 7 plus the 2 for charisma, that would be 9 then.
Woo! Successful raise.
Yes, that is certainly something to be concerned about. But
Also, we fear that somehow Daradon Lothamore has poisoned your relation towards Hopping.
though I appreciate what you are speaking of, I am pretty sure that it is Harping spies who have moved against us. I did not want to have to speak of this, but I am sure that it is Harping's that is responsible.
Well,
As you know, in Deridon, all elves are killed, and in Lothamore they are little more than second-class citizens or slaves. And that is why I am sure that Harping is responsible for this move against us. A couple weeks ago, a carriage was coming down from the port, bringing us some orders from Osea, signed with the seal of the Grand Federation. This carriage was attacked by a group of elves who stole the seal. Only a couple of the wagon train got away to make the report to us. Those were very sensitive documents. And since Harping is the only one, other than you, Ambassador Alango, in your country, that treats elves as equals, we had reason to suspect it was Harping. They were wearing Harping uniforms as well.
How long ago was this? And those who survived the attack, are they still around?
Yes, one of my aides, as a matter of fact. He was being transported here to help me during the conference.
Also, you have to see who stands to gain from the discord between you and Harping.
I see your point, but still, we have no proof that this is anything more than speculation. We have witness testimony that it was Harping elvish agents who did this.
They looked like Harping elvish agents.
Yes, but there is no proof that it is otherwise.
If I may, Ambassador, if you were going to perform a similar raid on an enemy, not that I'm saying you would, I told you you're gratuitous, would you really send your own forces in their full uniform to take sensitive documents? It seems to me that only a fool would, send easily identifiable forces to seize state secrets.
And say what you will about elves. They're not fools.
Well, as I said, I have still no proof that this was a frame job.
In circumstances, if Harping were to, they would not send someone wearing their own uniforms.
I
So
suggest
easily
you talk
trace
to
back
the Harping ambassadors, and together you could investigate this. With our help, of course, as a sort of outside party.
You want to help, then?
Of course.
That's what we're here for.
If, indeed, perhaps you could spare someone to investigate the sensitive documents and who they were stolen by. Find some proof that it was a frame job. Otherwise, Otherwise, I'm afraid I only have your word that this is so.
We'll do all we can to assist your position.
Of course.
Very well. You understand the Ocean Federation. I have enough problems as it is just trying to keep the bickering islands on the same page. To take a stand with Osea and Harping, that is not something I could do on mere hearsay. You need to find me proof that Harping was not responsible for this, and that Lovamore and Deradon perhaps were. Otherwise, I cannot give my help in the council. And that goes to you as well, Ambassador Olango of Jarok.
We understand. We thank you very much for listening to us and giving us consideration.
Nods. If you wish to talk to the witness who was there, I can give you an audience with him.
Thank you. Out of character, I wonder if we should ask for a little bit of time first so we can prepare, maybe get some thumb screws or something.
I carry those around.
Okay, right.
I could use a rack,
really?
though.
Sorry, too traditional. What are the kids using these days?
Bucket, a torch, and a
a lot
rat.
of effectiveness with hot coals.
Hot, cold, bucket, and a rat.
Well, the rat is optional.
I got this awesome technique. Just bear with me on it. You just tell them that you need a bunch of stuff, and you look gleeful. Not what you're going to use it for, but they'll probably be afraid.
The fevered imaginations are generally more scary than the actual thing.
So I'm thinking, guys...
But I don't think we can torture this guy.
No. No, we're not a very well positioned.
No.
It'd be funny.
This might be the last name in the coffin we need to get these three more or less united against those two big guys.
I think
Easier to fight.
we need to go to that mating donkey or whatever it was called.
The drunken donkey.
Yeah, the drunken donkey. Same shit, different name.
Okay. The Ambassador Montaro sends for someone, and in walks a man. Looks like his arm is in a cast. He hobbles over. There was something you wanted to speak with me about, Ambassador. Yes, there is a little problem. Please, tell these people about what happened with the carriage. Very well.
Here is not the best place. You seem to be... It sounds like you're in some pain and discomfort. If you get somewhere more comfortable. Have your wounds been treated well?
Treated well, but it'll take me some time to recover. I was wounded in the raid. I can go back to my room if you want to talk there.
So, do we want to privacy, guys?
Yeah.
Right, that's it. Yeah,
all right.
We'll make him comfortable, make him a little more amenable, so he's, well, also out of kind of the spotlight, because...
Yeah.
Make him a little more pliable. Sit him down. You okay? You comfy? Do you want a drink? Want some healing magic?
Did you say that he looked bad?
Look bad?
I think that's in seeing.
No,
Whatever,
I did
that's
correct myself. It sounded like he was in the... Well,
Okay.
yeah.
He takes you guys back to his room. There. Make yourselves comfortable.
Very kind.
I pull up a chair and sit down.
So, what did you wish to know?
From your view, how did the events of the night transpire?
Well, we were just coming to a little village called Friarberg to resupply before we continued on to Steinberg. And then there was a roadblock in the middle of the road. We had no choice. The mountains were too rocky. We had to go and remove the roadblock. We thought it might be a trap, but it didn't matter. Before we knew it, they were upon us. Wherever they were, they could see in the dark. Fighting against them was hopeless. Though the brief glimpses we did get of them, pointed ears. We had no chance against them. They were skilled warriors. And worse than that, one of them was a magic user. It was a woman. She was laughing maniacally. Just bolts of lightning arced left, right. Several of my friends died. I barely managed to jump on a horse and escape with my life. I got an arrow in my arm for my trouble as I was riding away. I barely managed to hang on to my horse and escape.
Did you see what they were wearing?
Painful memories.
I heard whispers in my mind. The memories were so strong after it happened.
Very brave to face them.
Definitely harping accents. I know. It must have been harping. I don't see who else it could have been.
Whispers. I'll look meaningfully at Flora.
It's a figure of speech. Many of my friends died that day. It was very traumatizing.
So, you didn't actually see the uniforms or any of the persons there?
I fought with one of them myself. I barely managed to fight him off. By that time, the battle was lost.
What time of day did this happen at?
It was
In the middle of the night.
nighttime, the middle of the night sometime. I don't know exactly what time it
Just
was.
thinking, if they attacked in the cover of darkness but then took no great care to, not even wearing hoods, not wearing nondescript uniforms and cackling maniacally, that's clearly making some sort of display or show.
Well, maybe they didn't intend for any of us to get away alive. It's my own fault.
I'm glad that you did. And it's possible that is what they wished for as well.
Anyway, like I told Ambassador Montara, he could not have been a Deradonian. He could not have been someone from Lovermore. Any magic user from Lovermore would just be a brainwashed automaton. I don't think it would be anyone from Jarok. They'd be more sneaky about it.
Yes, we would.
What about Ocean mercenaries? Not necessarily connected to Ocean themselves, but, pirates and the equivalent. I mean, Deradon has shown in the past that they are willing to overlook someone's condition for results.
Lovermore, maybe. Deradon, I'm not so sure.
I'm sorry, I get them mixed up. Big Evil Country number 1 and Big Evil Country number 2. One of them doesn't kill them.
L. Lovermore.
Live. Deradon.
Well, I suppose it's possible Lovermore could have hired some mercenaries, but
Perhaps they don't brainwash all as their official stance suggests.
The Inquisitors seem to suggest otherwise.
But the yells. It's clear to me, very clear to me. Harping accents, all of them.
Might have been harping mercenaries.
Accents can be affected. Ears, more difficult.
Still.
Especially if magic is involved.
Still. That is all I know. Do you have any other questions of me?
Yeah, do you still have the arrow?
No, I don't.
Good question, though. That was a good one.
Do you know where we might find it?
Broken arrow. Why would you want that?
Well, we want to see traceability, where it came from, the manufacturing process.
And how long ago was this?
2 weeks ago. It was a week before just over a week before the conference started.
So it's not too far out of town, but it's outside Freiburg. It's not too far out, so we could go there ourselves. Are there any landmarks or anything to show where the attack happened?
Oh, well, getting to Freiburg shouldn't be too hard. As for the landmarks, it was a mountain pass. He gives you a best description he can of the area. I'm sure if you get to Freiburg, you could find some of the locals there who'd lead you to that general area.
Yeah, I've been very supportive. Sorry to have brought up painful memories.
If you can find whoever did it, so much the better. Killed a lot of my friends.
We'll try
to
to
find
get
the
to the
truth
bottom
and
of this.
We'll honour their memories.
Okay.
I think we're done with this guy.
Alright, you done with this, dudes? Random NPC number 1287.
Right, Pixie, I liked where you were going, where you mentioned the drunken donkey. We've got
someone to talk to about this.
Are you gonna? Oh, so you're gonna head to the drunken donkey next then?
Yes.
Okay, so you meet back up with Ambassador Olango.
Yep.
So, have you done speaking?
He's in a very well mental state. I'm pleased to say he's recovering well despite the injuries.
Well, good. So, shall we go back to the embassy now?
Latch has requested we stop by to get a drink first. We are exceptionally grateful for the wine and victuals you provided the embassy, but he is so used to more rough and raw stuff that...
And wenches.
Oh yeah, can't forget the wenches.
Certainly. The bars in this town are certainly very nice. Maybe even Alvin has lightened up a bit. I haven't seen him yet today. He must have been out all night.
Probably.
Yes, very well then. I shall see you back at the. I'll see you back at the embassy.
I forgot that's a loose
Meh.
So, we're probably gonna have to do something about that at some point.
We haven't seen him.
Well,
We don't know.
We can very easily say, Nash walks in and say, okay, Alvin made no secret about not liking me. Well, we had this kind of vendetta thing going back to childhood, and kind of he attacked me.
Oh, so now you tell me!
Well...
But, yes, you could have it so that Nash does it alone and says that neither of us knew anything about it.
Or
Yeah.
maybe we just ignore it and it might go away.
We could lie a bit more. Maybe, say, a week from now, we say, oh, Alvin's missing all his time, but then Nash comes in and blood down his fronts and says, I just killed him.
His body's still lying there in the church.
Hey, it's got scorch marks all over it, which
Anyone can just happen across it.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of people going there.
I don't know, like some fucking kids going, it's kind of really church.
Well, that's what they go to see, isn't it? Like corpses and things. That's what they're hoping for.
They'll probably think.
It's that fresh.
corpses and things.
Anyway, alright, so you head down to the Drunken Donkey then.
Yes.
Alright.
You can't keep Swift penned up in the embassies all day. He's a kid, he needs to get out, bro. So I need to keep an eye on him and stop him.
Eat some cotton candy.
Yeah, you need to take him to every bloody seedy bar in the city.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yep, this is definitely one of one of the local bars. It's you see a swinging sign above the door. It's kind of a drunken donkey. He's kind of got like a mug of ale in his hoof. He's got a goofy expression on his face. Yeah, you head on in. There's a whole variety of ne'er-do-wells in there.
Welcome home, Nash.
Yeah.
No.
There's a barkeep. You know, he's got a eye patch on, kind of cleaning.
Peg
the
leg.
bar. No peg leg.
Hook.
What do you want? What do you want? You guys, pointedly.
Well, the kid wants some warm milk.
This again, really?
Warm milk. 1 crown.
Here you go. Dink.
I hate you so much, Nash.
I know you like the warm milk.
Okay. He gives you warm milk.
There you go.
So,
I'm going for a loaf of bread and a cheese board.
is this take your kid to a seedy bar day today?
It is. Nice establishment you've got here.
Do you have any
Yeah,
bread and
don't
cheese?
patronise me.
I thought that was kind of our
Asshole.
job. We're patrons, no?
Don't get smart with me, kid. Drink your goddamn milk.
Good one.
Do you have any bread and cheese?
Yeah, sure.
What was it we were looking for? Was it Jack?
Okay, there's a bread, cheese, slightly hard.
Yeah.
You're looking for
That's
Carl.
Carl.
Hmm.
Hey, you seen Carl around?
This point, like, is stop scrolling for just a minute. Carl, yeah, Carl. Say, boys, just go to that booth over there. I'll get Carl for you.
Good.
Carl's an over his crossbow, isn't it?
Oh dear. Okay, right. So, yep, you sit in a secluded little booth. Even sort of pull these curtains in to give you some extra privacy. As you're sitting there, suddenly
Enjoying my cheese board.
the ground starts moving beneath you. Sort of those sliding tables. And you slide a rat. And you see, sitting there in a chair, is Aileen Sylvanas.
Oh, hello. Nice effects.
Hello again.
Amy, it's good to hear your voice.
Yes. It's good to see your face. Well, my sources tell me that, you've made some progress.
Yes, that we have. That
And
we
some
have.
corpses.
That too.
Oh,
So
Lovely.
Yes. The sources may well have told you that Albin had a particular vendetta against our group, but at least with his death, exposed the true spy.
We did.
so you murdered Albin then?
It was not a murder.
No, self-defense.
Oh,
Self-defense that looked very similar to murder.
I see. But through that you managed to expose the truth.
Yes.
Well, whatever gets the job done, I'm certainly not above putting a blade in someone's throat to save the world.
I would
What a
advise-
woman of my own sentiments.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that.
Anyways, there is something else we'd like to discuss.
Well, we've managed to smooth over a lot of the broken bridge between Jarrock and Harping. Osea still has an issue with an attack that was made on one of its caravans carrying,
A seal.
seal, official orders from Osea itself.
Well, I can tell you, As a secret agent of harping myself, we certainly didn't order any raid like that.
We need proof.
We need to prove that he wasn't harping agents.
Because according to the live witness, there were harping accents, and it was elves who carried
Harping
it out.
uniforms, elves, including a magic user.
Yeah.
Well, the only way I suppose you'll have proof of that is to find those documents somehow, and maybe find whoever that magic-using madwoman was.
We didn't say anything about a woman.
Yes, you did.
No, we
Yeah,
didn't.
yes,
You said a magic user.
No,
Not a woman.
He said the magic user was a she. Oh, hold on, no, are you saying we didn't say?
We didn't say.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I have my sources. Anyway. Anyway. So, do you need my help?
Yes.
There's an awful lot of ground to cover. Steinberg itself is very large, and it's entirely possible that the agents, after they made the attack, scattered, maybe left the documents somewhere with someone, but they themselves may have gone anywhere.
We're thinking it might have been mercenaries from Harping or one of the other states.
And those with the ability, if not elves themselves, those with the ability to portray themselves as elves, accents and all.
It is a sad fact that not all of my people believe in peace, harmony, and tolerance, and spreading these ideals throughout the world.
Yeah,
Many of them, some of them go rogue. It is sad that they would live up to cultural stereotypes about elves.
They may not wish to conform to Harping society, but would they take the risk and work alongside Lothamore and or Deridon?
Well, for money, as we've discovered already, people will do pretty much anything. And Lothamore has a lot of money, and Deridon has no shortage either. Though it's unlikely Deridon would hire elven mercenaries. I don't think they would sink so well, in their words, low.
Lothamore.
If they're Lothamore hiring elven mercenaries, I wouldn't put it past them.
Since they were behind the slander of Harping, the Drarokian embassy, stands to reason they would be behind this too.
I would suggest perhaps you go to where this attack took place. My lady Flora, perhaps there is some way you can find the people who did this. Maybe they are still in the area or nearby, if they are indeed mercenaries.
If the people of Fireberg are cooperative, then we might well get some insight from them.
Unfortunately, my agents going to investigate the crime scene might end up being interpreted as us trying to clean up the evidence, so I'd rather if you went.
But your agents could look into maybe what mercenary groups there are. Well, I would imagine you have that sort of information at hand.
I will send a contact ahead to Freiburg. I'm sure someone there could help you.
Good.
We appreciate your support in this.
There's another aspect to this too. They had a magic user with them. A magic user that was, according to all reports, quite insane. Which means that the spirit within them is probably fairly strong. I don't know about yours, but Talon doesn't seem to have all that much trouble picking up on other spirits.
And again, that's a reason why the two of you might have some luck finding this magic user. It seems magic users, some of you are attuned to each other and can find each other with greater ease than a normal person could. Okay?
The contact you're sending is not an elf, right?
No.
Not
Thank you.
everyone who comes from Harping is an elf.
Thank you.
No.
I was
Elves
just
and
checking.
humans live together in harmony.
I was just checking.
Don't worry, we're not that inconspicuous.
Good.
You were
Isn't-
saying?
It is still possible that those who made the attack do actually work for Lord Moore and Deradon and aren't mercenaries. Although their official stance is to enslave, kill, and brainwash magic users, particularly in the underground, they may have people who keep those sorts of people in their employ just for occasions like this. A sort of a secret weapon, and no one would ever suspect them. No one would ever suspect Lord Moore and Deradon of using such agents.
Well,
And
I
after
wouldn't
the country
rule any-
degraded the hypocrisy.
I wouldn't rule anything out, but I don't think just speculating is going to do us any good.
No.
I suggest you, again, we only have about maybe half a week till the second meeting, then only a week after that to the third. If you're going to make your way to Freiburg, I would start as soon as possible.
That is wise. We will need to get this information as soon as we can.
Right. Any information will be delivered to you. Don't worry, I'll find a way. You need to get going as soon as possible. Unless there's anything else you need from me, I suggest you get going.
Maybe some wine to go with my cheese board.
She shakes her head. You'll
Nice
have
laugh.
to pay. You'll have to pay the barkeep for that.
The European embassy has a good deal of wine. Thank you, Dean.
No
Probably
problem.
don't keep much guard on me either, which is quite nice.
Again, thank you for what you've done so far, Lady Flora.
And of course, Swift and Nash have provided exemplary help. I would not be here if it weren't for them.
And you too as well. Myself and Harping and whoever the rest of the world knows to a lot owe you a great deal already.
Well,
At this point, she
we're not
steps
doing
back.
this for fame.
Good. Neither am I. At this point, the table wheels back around, and you're back in the booth again.
This is where Swift has one of those curious child moments and thinks, now if I stick my hand in the mechanism, will I just break my finger or will I lose it entirely?
Hindrance one-handed.
So,
One-handed fire mage, quite a cool concept. But very striking.
Scarred
Okay.
by rage.
So
Right.
I don't think we need to be terribly secretive with Alango. We can tell him that we're going to go over there to investigate it because, well, he was there when we expressed the concerns that they had the attack. Well, I don't know, that sounds like a bit of a setup, so I think he'll forgive us for wanting to go investigate because, hey, he knows we're sticking our noses into this and trying to uncover the secrets and the truths.
Alright then. Okay. So, you basically, you go back to Alango, explain the situation, and then broker a carriage to Freiburg then.
Yes. I wonder if they found out about the carriage I charged to the embassy previously. I still think he wouldn't mind.
you know what? I don't think that they would give too much shit to a blind priestess for chartering a carriage.
Well, this is Jarrell.
Jarrell.
They
Yeah.
are penny pinchers.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't like to
There
levy
you go.
taxes for anything, let alone carriages for excess dignitaries.
Then again, I will prove it useful.
Yeah, well,
With
there you
a
go.
bunch of what's that? Bums.
Alright. Okay. Doop-a-doo. Okie dokie doodles.
How did
You
that go?
travel by carriage into the lush green valleys of the Stratholm countryside. So after about a day's worth of journey by carriage, you come to a delightful little town in the valley of a mountain range. The valley is lush and green, the bright sun making the scenery look almost idyllic. Alright, the carriage This is a very lovely little town. When the carriage pulls into town, people sort of wave to you. Sort of you've got sort of those German dresses where bosoms are pushed up quite high. Most of the women are wearing that, and they're kind of.
And the men are wearing lederhosen
on their shoulders, anything. Yeah, it seems like a very nice town. Carriage drops you off.
If we've been traveling
to your own devices,
then that means all my power points are back. So can I do magical healing on these guys who are still injured and wounded?
Apparently not.
No?
No, but what I will do is I will let you have one retroactive healing roll. You are just standing around in the middle of the town. It's a very lovely town.
An inn, maybe?
Okay, you head to the local inn.
Unless it's like market day and everyone's out in the streets.
It's always market day.
Talking to the various street sellers might be an idea.
Alright, you want to go to like some random market stall owners?
Well, I think that'd be a good idea because, in you will find people, but they may not always actually talk to you and give information.
I think this requires a streetwise roll.
I think I took some streetwise.
So you're trying to find out information about the incident then? Yeah. Just random shopkeepers.
Will charisma help out here?
Yes.
Good.
Ooh.
Yeah. Alright.
2 raises.
Okay.
Well,
Alright, well, okay. Right. Okay, you're just talking to a local shopkeeper. He leans over. Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but I have heard. Our warehouse in the town was raided by some bandits. Maybe these might be the same as the mercenaries who attacked this carriage you speak of.
Maybe. If so, we can track down and get them arrested.
Yes, and the warehouse was right next to the local blacksmith. And apparently the blacksmith saw something. But he's been very tight-lipped about it.
Understandably so.
Hasn't spoken to anyone but the local guard.
Probably doesn't want to invite another attack and blame him.
Yes. So, I mean, these bandits who raided the warehouse, they might be the same as these mercenaries. But, I don't know. Why do you ask?
Well, we had that's a good point. Shall we take the angle of we had a friend or a family member who was in the carriage at the time of the attack and was investigating.
Friend.
Oh, I see. I hope you find those bastards.
Thank you. So, a little question. For my kind of talking with people, I probably need to do a little bit of, a good way to get them talking will be to buy the stuff they're trying to sell. So,
okay.
So my efforts will probably cost me a bit of money, which we're cool with. That's what the money's for. So how much do you want me to just take out of the...
Give me 5 thrones.
5 thrones for various odds and ends and food items.
Okay, you've got, some local bratwurst.
Yay!
Nom.
Nice.
Okay, right. And it doesn't... Yeah, it looks like you're just making idle gossip. You don't look as suspicious as you otherwise would. Right.
So if I'm boring Swift and Nash with all this...
No, I'm making plans to part those lips.
Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Okay.
Get Swift one of the local candy treats.
Alright.
Some warm milk.
So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do next?
Hey, if you don't want it, I'll have the honey fruit thing.
I'll get Swift some warm milk.
One crown, please.
Yes.
Why?
It's sort of my thing now.
I remember
Okay.
when your thing used to be stabbing prostitutes.
I didn't stab her.
And then
He didn't
impersonated
stab her, he
them.
just knocked her out.
That's true. And then impersonated, which I think was still great.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Blacksmith seems a very good lead. Otherwise, do we have any sort of idea where the runner that Aileen sent they would be? Actually, if they probably know us. See, we're fairly conspicuous, so let's just look out for the kid, the blind priestess, and the
CD guy.
the CD guy. That's a point.
Okay.
Did bring Loretta and Norman?
They did. One of
Probably
them.
brought Loretta. Norman stayed behind to well,
Take letters. and
guard
stuff.
the fort, do the paperwork, and excuse our absence. So, yeah, probably don't need to worry about anyone getting in contact with us. So,
They'll
I think-
find you.
I think we need a room.
If get a room, the local inn.
yeah, this took some time.
Yeah,
Set that up.
probably.
Yeah, we'll at least be staying overnight, I think, with
Yeah.
investigation and the.
We need to find the mountain pass where this took place.
Okay. Right, you go to the local inn. Yeah, it's a nice place. But right now, there's this sort of large table, and a group of very well armed and armored men are sitting at the table. They're just sort of laughing and joking raucously.
They look local.
They look local. Well, I mean, they don't look
Like,
foreign, I guess.
but I mean, if they're say wearing armored uniforms, did we see the same sort of people out in the streets as just kind
No.
of?
They're not
No.
guards.
They have like their own sort of special custom-made armor, and each of their skulls have this sort of giant skull on the front of them, and the
Skulls, huh?
the skull looks like it's
Your
did I
dog.
say- I said shield.
He said
Oh,
skull
I'm
first,
sorry.
but
I'm
okay,
tired.
we got you.
Okay, right. On front of each of their shields, there's a skull, and the skull appears to be crying blood.
Well, we don't know
Intriguing.
a thing about these guys, so tread like you guys.
Start.
Okay.
No.
Okay, yep, they're sort of talking and joking raucously.
What are they
The
joking about?
The barkeep leans over. Oh, just kind of typical bawdy humour.
Okay.
Okay.
Good day,
Right.
sir. We're going to need 2 rooms for this evening.
Yeah, very well. 2 rooms, that is fair. We have, actually our last 2 rooms, as a matter of fact. The rest of the mercenaries here, they are taking up all the other rooms.
Wait for that sort of go to the background, and one of them just throws his head back and laughs loudly, just as they Flora can say, "Likely lot, aren't they?"
You should have a room large enough for the lot of you. That'll be 20 crowns for the night.
Does it come with food?
Oh, yes. Breakfast is free.
I just nudge Nash in the ribs and say, "You think that people would be a bit more wary about ripping it? Not wary, but like ashamed of ripping off blind people."
What are you
That's
trying to
not
say, little boy? My prices are fair. Charge the same price as anyone else. He succeeded his notice
So-
roll.
So steer the conversation back to sort of away from that. So that group over there, they don't look like they're from around here.
No, not exactly. They are the Depth's head mercenary group. They arrived here because the mayor wanted to track down whoever raided the warehouse 2 days ago.
Have they had any luck with looking into it?
Not yet. So far, all they've been doing is drinking and carousing. They say they're going to get out there and look for them, but they say they need some more good leads first. Bunch of time wasters, if you ask me.
How loudly does he say that? Just gotta try to listen out to hear if the group over there just it dies down.
Bunch of time wasters, if you ask me.
Now,
Okay.
this is when you want a spell to make his voice louder.
Okay. At this point, a very large, very burly man with a big, massive, great beard, twice as big as mine. He comes down and he sort of slams his fist on the table. Barkeep, give me another ale, please. Put it on my tab.
What's he say?
I was thinking that's it.
What are you looking at, little boy?
At least they're not Scalawaking.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't recognize your species. Was your mother fond of a giant?
At this point, he grabs your shoulder and lifts you up into the air. Is this child yours? Would you miss him if I crushed his little skull?
I'm afraid his mother would be terribly upset if you did. Theodore, I apologise for any insult I've leveled against you.
You are lucky you are friends with a pretty lady, little boy, or I would crush your skull into atoms. Drops you back down unceremoniously.
I just pick myself up and dust myself off. Just bemused.
It's probably worth a go, just in case it would have been one of those things that lift you up, but then I like you, he has spirits. Small possibility, it's worth a shot.
So, tell me, pretty lady, what are you doing here, Friarberg?
Yeah, well, exploring the sights. Is this not a lovely, idyllic place?
Oh, yeah, this is a very wonderful place. Good ale, good burst. Oh, and of course we have a job to do as well.
Oh? What job might that be? It's kind of playing the innocence of, I don't know what you're doing here, do tell.
We're here to track down some no-good thieves who raided the warehouse.
That's dreadful.
Yes, I know, terrible. Grabs like a piece of meat, bites a chunk off it, slurps down some ale.
Have you had any luck finding them?
No, we are just gathering all the information we can from the local people. We will make a start tomorrow morning. We are going to scour the mountains, many places for thieves to hide up in these mountains.
Guys, would it be terrible if we tried to go with them?
Nope.
No? Go in the mountains. Well, that's where we were thinking of going. So there's loads of fantastic sights up there, smells, sounds.
This is not a sightseeing tour, pretty lady.
Oh.
We could be fighting thieves and bandits.
No, it wouldn't be any trouble at all.
I'm sorry, but I think a blind woman when we might be fighting for our lives may be a slight problem.
Okay, so maybe they're not quite as stupid as they may appear. God bless us for trying. That's fine. We've got
I'm sorry, ma'am, but we are professionals.
Well, very kind of you to think of for my safety. It's nice having strong men looking out for me.
Hoi! yeah. Nods and smiles, winks. My name is Rutger. Did I mention that? Just come and ask for me if you want to talk again.
Thank you.
There are a lot of pretty ladies in this town, but you are the prettiest I've seen yet.
I can't say I'm local.
What's Rutger's persuasion?
Nope.
You're not very charmed by him.
At least I can pick up on the sincerity.
Yeah, he's very sincere. He's just not very charming.
No.
Okay.
Let him think he's charmed you.
He walks back to his table. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time Flora's hassled a guy to get ahead.
Just to be clear, you said ahead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ahead.
Just checking.
Ugh. Filthy little boy.
Oh, the same thing here.
Well,
Loretta
you broke
creeps-
up at that exact point.
Loretta grabs you by the ear and pulls. Okay, anyway.
People keep manhandling me. I'm going to set fire to things.
Anyway. Right, so what do you do now?
Could go check out Mr. Blacksmith since
Yeah, we got a pretense. Yeah,
You
Swift.
want some caltrops?
No.
Oh yeah, we need a bucket of caltrops.
No, so, I reach over and grab one of Swift's daggers.
Oi!
Yeah, and I break it. Think.
Wow. Dick move.
I've killed men for less than that.
We got a pretense to
It's
talk
true.
to the blacksmith.
I'm just wondering if you could maybe have damaged something that might be a bit easier to repair.
It's just a tip.
Well, right then. I imagine you kind of broke it or practically split down the wall.
Well, no, I don't have any tools here to do that.
Okay, right, so you head on down to Mr. Blacksmith. It's always the blacksmiths, isn't it? that you
Yeah,
go
always the
see,
blacksmiths.
yeah.
Well, they are pseudo-nobility when it comes to peasantry.
Clang, clang. Yeah, he's just there. He's banging on his anvil, as you do.
We're going to take this guy along with us too, aren't we? Blacksmith
He'll
and finding
be your new
clowns.
Norman. Sorry, new Thomas. Yeah.
Got a horde of blacksmiths.
Just pick up one in every town. Clang, clang. Excuse me, is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah, we've got a broken blade here. We were thinking you might be able to fix it.
Oh, yeah. Should be more careful.
Yeah,
You look
accidents.
like you're from around here.
Accidents happen.
Yes, Nash. Accidents happen.
Yes.
Yes.
I show him the blade.
Well, shouldn't be so clumsy. Yes, I can get this fixed. 20 crowns, please.
Sure. I give him 20 crowns.
Ash pays for it good.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'll get started on it. Come back in a couple of hours.
Do we talk to
Right,
him
you
more?
just paid a blacksmith.
Do we talk to him more now or later?
Oh, for God's sake, it doesn't matter.
Well, he
Now
did
or
remark on us
later.
being out of town. I was about to say.
Now
I kind of,
or later.
Now.
I'm thinking.
Oh, he might die in the next 2 hours.
We could for all
A
we
bolt
know.
of lightning might come down and kill him.
That's a good point. We should talk to him now then.
Yes.
Just waiting for that bolt when he's looking up in the sky. What
God.
are you doing, man? Waiting.
I look over towards the warehouse. So, there was a break in here.
Clang. Clang. Yes, what about it?
Well, did you see anything?
I already told the town guard everything I know.
Oh,
Please leave me alone.
I'm just curious.
Clang. 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 I said leave me alone.
I heard a rumor that it was elves.
Interesting.
Make me a notice roll, by the way.
Notice? No.
Okay, the other two? Make notice.
Well, is it with sound?
Yes.
Okay,
Well, actually, make me a notice roll -2, because you're limited just to sound. Swift. Okay. Right.
Oh.
Swift, out of the corner of your eye, you notice a boy about your age, probably a little bit younger. He's kind of peering down from the staircase. He's just got his eyes are getting wider and wider as he hears this conversation. You hear a lot of rumors about town. Housewives like to gossip. So what is new? Not a lot goes on around here, so no wonder they make up so many rumors.
So was it elves?
Who are you and why are you asking me these questions?
Not sure.
Part of the Death's Head mercenaries. Was that bad idea? That's a terrible idea.
Noting Flora.
Well, there was an attack on a caravan. One of our friends was seriously injured, and we're come out to see if we can get more information on what happened. See who's the culprits are.
Attack on the caravan. So, so it was elves who attacked this caravan? Oh yes, I think I heard something about this. So you're coming here. What are you? Are you mercenaries? Are you detectives? What are you?
More along the detective line.
See. Looking for vengeance for a friend. So what are you going to do when you find whoever attacks the caravan?
Bring them to justice.
If you know where they are, we can guess the appropriate authorities involved.
Also, it would be... it wouldn't go unrewarded.
Can I pay special attention to this guy's face while the other two are talking about bringing them to justice and being rewarded? I want to know exactly how he feels about that.
Yeah.
He's sort of like... He just sort of looks... He's kind of screwing up his face a bit as if he's just not sure how to feel about that.
Feel about what?
Well, what?
Rewards or justice?
Well, just in general. He just doesn't... He looks a bit ambivalent. Listen, I'm not interested in any of that. I said everything I have to say. At this point, you hear a voice coming from stairs. Are you coming to hurt the elves? Peter, get back to your room now!
So you know about elves, and then...
Shut up! Get out of here!
We don't want to cause any trouble. We're not here to bring any trouble.
Just get out of here. I don't want anything to do with you. Daddy, they're going to hurt the elves. Shut up! Peter, I told you to go to your room. Now! Put the cookie down! Now!
Get to the chopper!
Okay, yeah.
Listen, if the elves are in trouble, we know people that can help them.
You can help them? Shut up, Peter! Grabs him by the ear and starts taking him back up to his room. You say another word and you will be in big trouble. We all will. Peter just starts crying
And Forrest says it offhanded
back to his room.
It is true, we are on familiar terms with the ambassador of Harping. We treat us very well.
Listen, I don't know about any of that. Look. If Peter tells you what he saw, will you promise not to tell anyone else?
Of course.
Absolutely.
You have to understand. I have nothing to do with any elves or any mercenaries or anything like that.
You will not come to harm from us.
Make me a persuasion roll.
It's kind of a
Flora-
collaborative thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
collaborative. Or make me persuasion rolls.
I make sure he notices my pointed ears.
Oh, so you kind of...
Ah.
that's not a bad idea.
Nice.
I don't have persuasion. I only have intimidation.
I don't think that's going to work.
Alright.
Yeah.
You can give
What
me
Swift said
a...
was quite good.
Yeah, you can... Pixie, you can give me a +2 for revealing your elf ears.
Okay.
Which means you run no penalty.
Woo! Yeah.
Okay, alright. He looks all
I like
you.
Swift's number.
So what, you are friends of these elves? Come to help them somehow?
We are
I can't say for
friends.
certain that we're friends, but
Yeah.
we're also not enemies.
We try
We're
to
here
be
to find
friends
out
with
what's-
everyone.
So you come from harping to bring these elves back? Oh, I see. So these elves might be exiles from harping or something, and you come to bring them back? Is that it?
Yeah.
We are working with Harping to ensure no one else gets hurt.
Really? Well. Okay then. Peter, come back down here. Peter comes back down. I'm sorry, Papa. I just thought they were going to hurt the elves. I could bear that. At this point, he walks up to you. It was a few weeks ago that I was out playing on the grasslands, and this nice lady, she had pointy ears, and she had other friends who had pointy ears. She said that people didn't like anyone like them, but if we helped her, she'd give me some chocolate. She said
That's a potent bribe.
she said that
I'm
she
hot
would
milk.
that we were friends, and she would her friends needed some food, so she'd raid the warehouse, but as long as I helped out, no one would get hurt. So I stole a key from one of the guards. They raided the warehouse, but one of the guards caught them, and as there was a fight, one of the guards got hurt. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to help a friend.
You didn't do anything wrong.
You did what you thought was right. You just had to
Say-
help them.
They said they were hungry and they needed the food. I'm sorry.
You did the charitable thing.
Please, don't bring anyone to hurt me or my
Of course not.
friends. All right, Peter, go back to your room.
It's that story. Breakfast?
Oh, you can have some, actually.
Yeah. And you feel better.
So, you go and find these elves, do whatever you need to do, but leave us alone. This has nothing to do with us. Peter's just a child.
We'll be sure to not get you involved.
Yeah, and I'll be
Right
back for
then.
that dagger.
We'll be back for my dagger.
Yes.
Peter says that the elves, after they'd finished talking, they always went up back to Mount Streisand. He points out the window towards a tallish-looking mountain. If you're going to find them, I suspect you'll find them somewhere up there. At this point, you hear a little voice in your head, Swift. If you can get me close enough, I'm sure I can find this other spirit. does not seem who holds it is exactly subtle. Just laughs for good measure because he's talent. Anyway, right. So the blacksmith just nods. Like I said, do what you have to do and leave. My son seems fond of those elves. I do not know if they are good people or not. All I know is I do not want to be part of this anymore. Good
If we
day.
get this resolved, we will get them out of your hair forever.
Good. Peter does not deserve to come to harm just because he is a naive child.
No.
We must protect the children.
Yes.
And the hand on Swift's head.
Even
Protect the
even the devil children.
and protect everyone from the children in this case.
Okay, so have you finished with the Peter and the blacksmith?
I think so. That was very good information gathering.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Kind of wondering out of character if maybe these elves are quite reasonable, but when it came to attacking, they took some androcyte beforehand, so they went into sort of frenzy, went mad, so all the cackling and the screaming.
Or maybe they were enslaved and ran away.
Oh, you never know. Could be.
Could be.
Well. Alright, so what's your next bet? It's sort of mid-afternoon now.
Let's see, walking up to the...
Hiking up a mountain,
Yeah.
I mean...
In the afternoon? No.
No,
You gonna get a fresh start tomorrow then?
Yes.
I think so, but then probably only get one hike in before we... At the very least, I need to get back and, not miss the next big talk.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so the next big talk's in a few days' time.
Yeah, so I think I'll need to do for the next session will be prepare my next little speech. Part 2.
Alright, so you're going to go back to the inn and get a good night's sleep and then make a start in the morning?
Yep.
Okay. Right, you go back to the inn. It's a nice, comfy room we've got. You sleep very soundly. There's the occasional laugh and guffaw from a mercenary in the corridor, stumbling about.
Those guys have a lot of stamina.
Yes, they certainly do. Bigger D8, yeah.
If you only knew.
Okay. And you wake up fresh in the morning.
Well, fresh-ish.
Precious.